There seems to be some awkwardness whenever we greet each other Happy New Year during the first Sunday of Advent. But it is. It is really New Year in our church. The Advent season marks the beginning of a new liturgical calendar, a new liturgical year in the church. And for us, this is good news because we made it. We made it to a whole new liturgical year. And I say this without any, of course, disrespect to those who did not. We, of course, are deeply saddened whenever we look back at the year that was. We look back at those who did not make it. We remember the people that we lost, the lives that we lost because of COVID, many of them, but some of them due to other causes. But we made it, and we are grateful, and we are happy. But making it to a new year does not mean we can start becoming careless. I think that if there is one lesson that the pandemic has or should have taught us, and that we should never forget, is that our days are numbered. All of us, sick and healthy, young or old, all of us, our days are numbered. We are mortals and we live in borrowed time. One of my favorite stories in the Bible is the story of King Belshazzar in the book of Daniel. In chapter 5, you will find that when King Nebuchadnezzar died, his son Belshazzar succeeded the throne. And just like his father, King Belshazzar became drunk, so drunk in the perks of the kingship, drunk both literally and figuratively. So one day, he gave a banquet for 1,000 of his friends, and while drunk, he ordered the slaves to bring out the gold and silver from the temple in Jerusalem, those vessels made of silver and gold to be used that were supposed to be used for liturgical celebration, and henceforth they were sacred. He asked them to bring them out so that they could use them for drinking. But suddenly, fingers of human hand appeared before them, and the fingers wrote 3 words on the plaster of the wall in the king's palace. And when the king saw them, his thoughts got terrified, and his hip joints shook. Those 3 words were Mene, Tekel, and Peres. He didn't know what those words meant, so he called Daniel in order to interpret them for him. Daniel said, well, Mene means God has numbered your kingdom and put an end to it. Tekel means you have been weighed on the scales and found wanting. Peres means your kingdom has been divided and given to Medes and Persians. King Belshazzar thought that his kingship will last forever. And because of that, he made his throne as his personal playground. He got drunk with his power, thinking that his power will last forever. But he was wrong, definitely wrong, because the writings of the wall confirmed his days were numbered. Friends, when we forget that there is an end to everything, we become loose. We become loose in our lifestyle, careless even. But when we do remember that everything that is given to us is given to us on borrowed time, our story becomes different. We give our decisions and our choices more thought, enough thought. We would know how to live and how to live right. Teach us to number our days, O Lord, so that we may gain wisdom of heart. Psalm 90 tells us. Saint Bonaventure says of the same thing. To lead a good life, man should always imagine that he is at the hour of death. Friends, I'm starting with this because I think having this as a background thought, we can understand our gospel today properly. We have an image today of collapse, of destruction, of a catastrophe. The sun and the moon and the stars will be darkened. The earth will quake. The heavens will be shaken. And for the church to offer these images of destruction and catastrophe in this new year, in our calendar, that seems to be strange, even ironic. But I think this is a very important wisdom that the church offers us. Because the church offers us these readings to remind us that nothing on earth lasts forever. Everything in the cosmos, and even the cosmos itself, the whole universe, no matter how vast you think it might be, it will not last. It will not stay forever. The ancient peoples thought that the sun and the moon and the stars were forever. But we know better now. We know that they will not last forever. Nothing, in fact, here below will last forever. We look at the gorgeous sun at sunset, and few minutes after, the sun is gone, and it's all dark and black. We look at plants. They grow. They give us beautiful flowers. But what happens after? They soon wither and they fade. Everything on earth, no matter how beautiful they may be, it comes and it goes, including us. We come and we go. It is sad, but we cannot deny this to be true. Psalm 89 beautifully captures this. You sweep men away like a dream, like grass which springs up in the morning. In the morning, it springs up and flowers. But what happens in the evening? In the evening, it withers and it fades. But the thing is, our reflection should not stop here. Yes, it is important to understand that nothing here below lasts forever. But it is also important to know what to do with that realization. And what do? We look elsewhere. It is important to look at that which lasts forever, to God. And therefore, the gospel continues. After all these destructions and catastrophe, they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and with great glory. Precisely because that must be the continuation of the story. Yes, nothing here below lasts forever, but there is someone who lasts forever. Look at that. Look at Jesus. His power, His glory endures forever. Even everything has faded away. His power and His glory and His honor will last forever. Saint Teresa of Avila captures this when she wrote in her poem, Nada de turbe, nada te espante, todo se pasa, Dios no se muda. Let nothing disturb you, nothing frighten you. Everything passes away, but God alone stays. And friends, this gives us all hope. That there is hope even after the end of our lives and the end of the world. For as long as we keep our eyes fixed not on the things of this world, but on the Son of Man, on the God who alone stays, there is hope. Yes, the end of the world should not even be frightening. Not last year, not today, not any time in the future, because we know what to do. We keep our eyes fixed on the Lord. A son went to his father and asked, Dad, when is the best time to pray? The father responded, the best time to pray is when the end of your life is near. But the son protested, but no one knows when the end is going to be. It could be today, tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. The father replied, well, son, that is precisely my point. Since no one knows the end, that it could be today, tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, the best time to pray, therefore, is every day. Every day. Friends, pray. And pray every day. And keep your eyes fixed on God, because He alone stays and He alone lasts forever. Amen.